Shall we go to Springwave Pavilion together?
This...
Hurry up!
Hey, Boss
We're going
Lee.
to miss the opening!
Long time no see.
I've been busy with...
Who on earth dares break into the Euphoria Den?
Verses that disappear and reappear are the true words of the heart. Time has changed, and words have lost their meaning. I think I heard someone calling. So close, yet so far, alas. A fleeting traveler, coming and going in haste, with nothing to their name.
Strange. What exactly is hidden inside that hall?
God of Killing heeds the call. God of Killing. I got it. The world gives many names. None of them are mine.
Hiding your identity. Is there a reason?
Meetings are fleeting. That's why. Fate is what matters. Names are not necessary.
Mysterious. What were you chanting earlier?
God of Killing heeds the call, filling up the arsenal. Heard of it? Since the Imperial ban, illegal weapons are everywhere. Meanwhile, the Southern campaign's short on cash, so solving this case could fund them. After my painstaking investigation, I can confidently say the mastermind behind it all is tied to this local God of Killing prophecy.
God of Killing leaves the temple. The armory hides weapons?
Indeed. Care to investigate with me? Imperial guards watch this place. Getting into the Martial Temple isn't simple. And the murals adorning the Martial Temple are not yet finished. On the west side of the eaves, there is still a gap. Light on your feet, aren't you?
Of course.
We should leave separately. We don't want to alert the garrison. Afterwards, we'll meet inside the Martial Temple. You bring muscle, I bring brains. You climb, I watch. The perfect team. God of Killing heeds the call, filling up the arsenal. Indeed, indeed.
The Martial Temple is heavily guarded, and ordinary...
Since the Tong Rebellion, we've seen 50 years of blood and chaos. Whether Central Plains dynasties or southern states, all build power on military might. This new martial temple mirrors the literary one. Instead of Confucius and Mencius, it honors Taigong Wang, master of civil and martial arts alike. And the 10 philosophers seated nearby, all legendary generals throughout history.
What's the deal with the prophecy?
After the martial temple's completion, the Emperor inspected it personally, in front of all the civil and military officials, and the generals of past eras. The usually mild-mannered Emperor suddenly flew into a rage. He shouted, "This man's bloodshed was excessive! He's unworthy of worship! Replace him with someone whose glory remains untainted!" And you know who that was? The Warring States General later called the God of Killing. By Chi! Understand now. Find the vanished God of Killing. Is there truly anyone in the world of untainted glory? 1 sage, 10 philosophers, 72 generals. Who can judge their deeds? Fierce-browed, heavily armored, with an unstoppable sword. Stand in the God of Killing's place in his pose. That's the true meaning of the prophecy.
Why are you investigating this case? You don't seem like someone from the court either.
Honestly, it's none of my business. But this general collected treasures for weapon materials and stored them here. Among them is a peerless military manual from an old friend. That friend showed me kindness. This trip should repay that debt. With my condition, if you could find that manual, I'd be forever grateful. The God of Killing never vanished.
"35 long spears, 6 broadswords, 27 heart guards." What time is it already? Why are you only delivering now? Where are the heart guards? Wait. Did they change someone today? Oh? So he has quite a few brothers then. No more armor to be stored today, right? I'll go over yesterday's inventory again. 35 long spears.
private arms collected arrive on time?
Hard to say. This year, the General spent most of the money paying off the debts owed to the workers. Do you think the governor would be happy about this?
No wonder the people from Old Village said the court has been investigating lately.
Isn't it true? War is coming, and money is needed everywhere.
Souls, rage! One side, darkness! One side, darkness! Bleeds with desire! It seems like this set of armor is missing a pair of weapons. Could be the key to the armory's heart.
who trespass here must die!
Trespassing? I am returning an object to its
One of the
rightful
living
owner.
claims that of the dead? You jest! To the strongest goes the claim. Come and test my newly forged armor.
What's darkness? Darkness. When's that darkness? Sentry unfolds to one end.
Hand the box over to this young hero.
But Dad, your loyalty earned first honors. Surrendering this won't save you from the court. The Zhao seized power illegitimately, thus they fear rebellion.
Look around you. These power-hungry lords all keep private armies and armor. They seek glory at any cost. Such a powerful army and precious armor, not controlled by the court, but moved at the whim of a single commander. With such a world, how can it not be in chaos? Amassing troops and disrespecting the court is the root of chaos. Let me ask you again. Back then, everyone could forge weapons. If the court hadn't issued the mercenary ban, how could the armory's heart guard be more expensive than gold on the black market?
If he wishes it, take it. The arsenal's restricted.
Please don't take it to heart, young hero. This item now belongs to you. We have to stay here for something else. Please, leave through the tunnel.
Baljin Tower is a majestic sight. Undeniable proof of the song's rising power. A noble ruler, and the flourishing of
Today's
gifted minds.
banquet hosts honored talents invited by the Emperor. We must be very careful. How are the preparations? Nothing out of order? If any fruit or vegetable lacks freshness, return it to the kitchen for replacement.
Orchid Loom.
Fresh tea for our honored guests.
11, 12.
Mozi once built a wooden kite, 3 years to make, and 1 day to fall. Now the kite I've made can not only soar for days, scouting the enemy day and night without rest, it can also harness the Firestone, whistle out commands, and lead the battle charge. But when has there ever been a kite that soars forever? Still, even if it does fall one day, what is more important is how high it once flew, and how far. I have already reported to the prefect. The Jingming Pool naval exercises are in position. Once the guests are seated, the banquet can begin. This year, the celestial phenomena are unusual. The cherry blossoms in the Imperial Garden are blooming all year round. It seems the Southern expedition will be a great victory. Such a magnificent scene. And the quintident is nearing completion. If we don't enjoy the flowers and feast, wouldn't it be a waste?
What I heard is that military pay was delayed since the Kaifeng currency crisis, and the Quintident warship couldn't be finished on time. Hosting a banquet here. You're not really admiring cherry blossoms, are you?
Seeing through everything. You're not simple. The prefect, under the guise of watching the naval exercises, is hosting a banquet for distinguished guests here. Indeed, it's to raise military funds and prepare for the Southern campaign. Now with the internal strife in Qinghu, they can't even take care of themselves. Our army will march southeast and surely seize the middle reaches of the Yangtze River. By then, the upstream Shu Kingdom, the downstream Tang Kingdom, and Song will inevitably clash. At present, if we can use the power of the Navy to intimidate them, they will surely provide the military funds to get through this crisis.
What a brilliant move to scare the tiger by striking the mountain. I wonder, between Shu and Tong, who is the mountain and who is the tiger?
Both countries have now sent envoys, who linger around the Imperial Garden under the pretext of paying tribute. Pretending to tour is merely to spy on the naval strength of Jingming Pool. The prefect's banquet happened to fulfill their wishes. As for who is the mountain and who is the tiger, that will depend on themselves. The invitation is here. Please deliver it for me, young hero. As long as the message is delivered, there's no reason for them not to come. Once the guests are seated, the banquet can begin.
In the Imperial Garden, the seasons pass like foam.
Everyone's gathered to see the archery.
This time, I will not fail my father's trust.
Judging by your noble demeanor, you must be an envoy from another country. Am I right?
Good perception. I am Mang Xuanjia, the Crown Prince of Shu. What brings you to seek me?
The governor is hosting a banquet at Baojin Tower and has specially sent me to invite the distinguished guests to attend.
Oh? I've long heard of the fine wines and delicacies of the Great Song. This time, I'll go and experience them myself.
The Jinming Pool Navy is truly extraordinary.
Greetings.
Greetings, young hero. I am Gui, the Vice Minister of Water Resources of Southern Tong. Young hero, what brings you here?
The governor has prepared a banquet at Baojing Tower and sent me to invite you.
A banquet? This, Young hero, please go ahead first. I will join you shortly.
The general is here. Strangers keep out.
Sorry for the interruption.
It's been several days since we last met at the armory, and here we are, meeting again. What artifact are you after this time, young hero?
General, don't tease me. Today, I am entrusted by the prefect to invite the general to a banquet at Baojing Tower.
So, it's about this matter. I'll be there shortly. Thank you.
The Quintident warship towers with 5-deck citadels and stands over 30 meters tall, capable of mustering 1,000 warriors. This ship stands firm in the center of the army, as solid as a fortress. It is also equipped with 6 sets of giant stone catapults, each with the force of 1,000 cannons. Smashing nearby boats, big and small, is effortless.
This massive warship is so huge, sailing from the north to the Shanghai region. If the waterline changes, how do we stabilize the center of gravity?
Minister Gu has great insight. When sailing from the Bian River system into the Jianhuai region, the difference in water density causes uneven ship draft lines. Sui Dynasty Quintident relied on manual sand and stone ballasting for balance, and that slowed down its speed. But speed is crucial in war. Improved by the contraption techniques of the Maw Gate, this ship is now a far cry from its former self. Switch to water tank ballast, draw and discharge water locally, and adjust the waterline as easily as moving your arm. In this way, this ship can travel between the northern and southern waterways, as if entering an unguarded land.
Good. In the past, when the Sui dynasty conquered the Qin dynasty and unified the north and south, this ship was built to secure the Yangtze River. Lost to time, with the aid of the contraption techniques of the Maw Gate, it has finally reappeared. Once the final batch of military pay arrives, the southern expedition can be launched within 10 days. Honored envoys, although Shu and Tong follow the calendar of our great Song, Song regards both countries as brotherly nations. You've always been diligent with the annual tribute of money and grain. Now, Nanping and Wuping are in turmoil. The military governor of Wuping has sent a letter asking for help. The commoners of Jinghu are in dire straits. Bashu and Jiangnan are both along the Yangtze River, so they are likely to be generous in aiding those in need.
Jiangnan has already exhausted its national resources, having paid tribute 3 times this year alone. Countless gold, silver, and silk fabrics. It's really...
Lord Zhao, the military funds required by the Great Song have been transported with the Shu Kingdom's fleet. It is currently stationed outside the Huilong post, ready for delivery at any moment. Only 2 requests for the Song dynasty to fulfill. First, once the Song occupies the Yangtze River, they must not advance westward first. Second, they must hand over the restoration diagram of the five-toothed warship to the Shu Kingdom.
Okay. Please, esteemed envoy, after the banquet, enter Jinming Pool. Admire the great ship and hand over the diagram. Someone, draft the contract. Since the 2 countries have already made a treaty, General Rong, please hand over your talisman and lend it to the Shu envoy for a while.
The Baljan Tower is a majestic sight. Undeniable proof of the song's rising power. A noble ruler, and the flourishing of gifted minds.
Today's banquet hosts honored talents invited by the Emperor. We must be very careful. How are the preparations? Nothing out of order? If any...
The 14 states north of the river have yet to be recovered, and Jiangnan is on the verge of danger. Alas.
Despite the nation's decline, Jinling remains a city of revelry and song.
The diagram of the five-toothed warship left after the Sui dynasty conquered Chen was originally preserved in our Shu kingdom. Bringing the diagram back this time will not let down my father's decision to make me the heir.
Huh? How did the Song State manage to build it first?
It's all because of that brat. Back then, he gave a fake painting to my father for his birthday. He deserved to die. If it weren't for stealing the diagram and fleeing to Kaifeng, why would the Song dynasty offer such protection? Damn it! Before returning to Shu this time, I must catch him.